Iron Man 2, one of my favourite Marvel movies out of the vast collection that seems never ending at this point. The movie kicks off with Ivan, our bad guy for the movie, where we learn his dad hates Tony Stark because he believes Tony stole his invention, but dies shortly into the scene. And if you ever wondered how a Russian grieves, then he gets to work. 6 months later, and Tony arrives at the Stark Expo to give a speech, but it's after we learn there's something wrong with Tony, and as he's leaving, he gets served.
What are you up to later?
Serving subpoenas?
So the next day he goes to court where they want to take the Iron Man suit from him, but Tony's like,
Want my property? You can't have it!
So now everyone's butthurt, including the Snake Hammer. And who's watching from home? No other than the main man, Ivan. Back to Tony, and this is when we learn.
Unfortunately, the device that's keeping you alive is also killing you.
Back to Ivan in a dodgy alley, and we see he's going to the Grand Prix. I wonder why. And back to Tony again, and this is when we meet Black Widow, Natalie Rushman. Tony takes a liking to her.
I want one.
No.
Me too, Tony, me too. In Monaco now, and Tony's here to watch the F1 racing. And out pops Hammer, just killing the whole vibe. So Tony goes to the bathroom, checks his blood levels, looks in the mirror and says,
Got any other bad ideas?
jumps in his F1 car, takes a few laps of the race, and this is when Ivan shows up and shows off. Almost kills Tony in one hit, but he gets lucky, so now he's left to fight while he waits for Happy to come give him the Iron Man suit, eventually getting the suit, and now it's go time. After a short fight, Tony crushes his arc reactor, Ivan gets taken away by the Popo screaming, all of this happened while Hammer's watching. Tony goes to see Ivan in his holding cell, trying to find out why he's after him, but Ivan tells him straight up,
If you can make God bleed, then people will cease to believe in him.
So Tony leaves and heads for home. Fast forward a day or two, and we see Ivan use his get out of jail free card issued to him by no other than Hammer. So basically, Hammer's idea is to use Ivan to make some suits, some Iron Man suits. So Ivan says,
I can do that, no problem.
Hey, fabulous.
it's Tony's birthday, and what better way to celebrate it than to put on the Iron Man suit and have drunk fun.
Is that dirty enough for you?
Not that fun.
Think she wants the Gallagher!
Anyway, Brody isn't happy with this after he just stuck his neck out for this guy, so he puts on the War Machine suit and has it out with Tony.
Put your hand down. You think you got what it takes to wear that suit?
Tony gets knocked out and Brody flies off with the suit. Next day, Tony's chilling in a donut when along comes Nick Fury.
Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to exit the donut.
After a short convo of Nick Fury gunning for Tony, he basically tells him he can help him help himself. Back to Ivan and Hammer Hammer wants suits, but Ivan's like,
Drone better.
What?
So now Hammer gets called down to look at the War Machine suit and use all his software on it. Back to Nick and Tony, and Nick tells Tony he's got to get back to work without no real choice.
If you attempt to leave or play any games, I will tase you and watch Super Nanny.
So now Tony goes to work, where after a bit of research into his dad's work, discovers a whole new element, and with a bit of elbow grease, creates a new element, sticks it in his chest to make sure it works properly.
Unassemble the suit while you're at it, put it together now.
We are unclear as to the
I don't want to hear it, Jarvis.
Back to Ivan, and we see he's making an arc reactor. So now Hammer's had enough and tries to threaten Ivan. But Ivan is a bad boy, kills the guards and rings Tony to tell him,
What your father did to my family over 40 years, I will do to you in 40 minutes.
So now at the expo and Hammer's on stage showing the world what he's made. What Ivan's made. Then Iron Man shows up, but Ivan takes control of Hammer's robot army and War Machine. So now Iron Man's flying about, taking out the robots and saving lives as he goes. At this point, Black Widow steps in to take Hammer down and go for Ivan. Sweeps through the guards like they're nothing. Gets to Ivan's holding room, but he's already gone. So Black Widow resets Rhodey's suit to give him back control. So now they're both on the same team. They come up with a game plan to put the big gun on the high ground.
You wanna be?
Where are you going? What are you talking about?
You have a big gun, you are not the big gun.
The robot army shows up, but Iron Man deals with them like a gangster. But now the big boss shows up, man like Whiplash. They win the fight, but everything's rigged to blow.
You lose.
So Tony flies off to save Pepper with a happy ending. This film's just so fun. It's the stepping stone for all the Marvel movies that come after. This is definitely my favourite Marvel movie. What's yours? Let me know in the comments below. Or don't. Up to you. I don't really care. I'm going to smoke one. Where's my...